racing fans, welcome to Racing Action from Flamboro Downs for this Thursday evening. Let's get a look at the changes on this evening's card of racing. Note races 1 through 8, changeless. No changes first 8 dashes, which means there is a change in the 9th race. Scratched is number 7, solid 9 Hanover, race 9, scratch number 7, solid 9 Hanover. Fans know we have claims in race 2 and 3. In race number 2, we have a single claim on number 4, Hestinator. Claim on Hestinator. And in race 3, claim on 1, Silver Beast. Race 2, claim 4, Hestinator. Race 3, claim 1, Silver Beast. Field for race number 1 on Parade 1, Vogue Blue Chip, Daryl Thiessen for Rod Boyd and Rick O'Neill and John Osinga. Number 2 is Redland Wrangler, Paul McKenzie for Stephen Charlton and Kathleen Charlton. And number 3, Wicked Prince, Travis Henry for Sean Stacy and Hut Racing. Number 4, Belmont Blazer, Eddie Hensley for Jody Cullen and Travis Cullen. Number 6, Rolex, J.R. Blunt for Tess Waxman and Ryan Bender. 7 Lines, Brush Marks, Brent McDonough for John Lougheed. 8 is Clint Vad, Anthony Hahn for Tim Myers and David Omacoli. And number 5, Highland Hot Sauce, Steve Houdon for Michelle Bowen. Field of 8 for race number 1. Horses and geldings, non-winners of 4 on the pace. And, well, let's get a look at this field. Number 6, Rolex, rolling in a 5-race win streak. Stepped up to this class last race, so that held him back, right? Wrong. Won by 3 1/4 lengths. 5 wins and 6 starts and a third for Rolex to kick off his career. And Rolex just keeps ticking along. And a little tougher post position. That last one was post 1, but he won with such ease that you got to come back to him again. J.R. Plot, Tess Waxman, Strong Connections, Rolex, 4-5. Number 4, Belmont Blazer, is one that's raced reasonably well here in 3 tries in this class. This is now the 4th start of the year. Was very good last year in limited action as a 2-year-old. 9 starts and 7 top 3 finishes. Belmont Blazer and Eddie Hensley for Jody Cullen. If there's one that's going to take down Rolex, I think Belmont Blazer might be the logical one and is the second choice on the board at 3-1. Number 3, Wicked Prince, made a break last time out, so they might have to be a little more careful in the early going. But you do see back-to-back runner-up finishes in this class back in April. Wicked Prince and Travis Henry for Sean Stacy, 6-1. And number 1, Vogue Blue Chip, well inside post position, was second in this class 2 races ago. Second to Rolex, last race post 7, so definitely could rebound here. And Vogue Blue Chip at 9-1 from the inside. Daryl Thiessen for Rod Boyd, one that maybe will rebound and get in behind Rolex again. 9-1 the current price. Number 6, Rolex, 1-2. The starting gate is rolling for race number 1. Vogue Blue Chip with Redland Wrangler and Wicked Prince on the inside. In the center, Belmont Blazer, Highland Hot Sauce. To the outside, Rolex, Lions, Brush Marks, and Clint's Vet. And we have an early break in stride. Making a break leaving was Wicked Prince, and it is Redland Wrangler, who so quickly. Redland Wrangler, Belmont Blazer down to the inside. Vogue Blue Chip. Rolex is rolling fourth and now third, as it is Belmont Blazer who's got the lead. Redland Wrangler second. Now Rolex is second, racing third. Redland Wrangler, and Rolex keeps ticking on the outside and is going to drive up and declare to the front of her Belmont Blazer. Redland Wrangler third. Vogue Blue Chip is fourth, and then Highland Hot Sauce and Lions Brush Marks and Clint's Van. And the field races their way on around the turn of a 28-1 opening quarter. Rolex 1-5 of the board, rolling at a lead of a couple of lengths right now over Belmont Blazer, with Redland Wrangler third, then Vogue Blue Chip and Highland Hot Sauce, followed by Lions Brush Marks and then Clint's Van. Rolex with a lead of a length and a half. Belmont Blazer up tighter in the pocket. There goes Vogue Blue Chip now, up and surging towards the leader. Highland Hot Sauce is second over fourth. Fifth to the inside is Redland Wrangler. Half was 58. And then on the outside, sixth is Clint's Vet, and seventh is Lions Brush Marks. Rolex with a lead of a length and a half. Vogue Blue Chip chipping away as they work their way toward three quarters, and now Vogue Blue Chip is tucked down to the inside. From the backfield, Clint's Vet is making a sweeping move. They head on to three quarters, and Clint's Vet is coming on against Rolex. It's Rolex and Clint's Vet. Now the lead is down to just ahead, and on the outside, Clint's Vet and Rolex roll together. Three quarters, 126 and 3, and Rolex on the inside, Clint's Vet on the outside, and then Vogue Blue Chip and Highland Hot Sauce. Rolex on down the stretch drive with Clint's Vet challenging it up the inside. Vogue Blue Chip. Clint's Vet on the outside. Clint's Vet is going to pull the upset against the heavily favored Rolex. Then Vogue Blue Chip and Highland Hot Sauce 155 and 1. Clint's Vet. There's a look at Clint's Vet. Anthony Hahn, the winning driver. Clint's Vet, 5-year-old all bets off Brown Gelding. Owned by David O'Macaulay. The trainer is Tim Myers. Fourth win on the year. And the sixth win lifetime for Clint's Vet, 155 and 1. The first race payouts. Number 8, Clint's Vet, 43.30, 750 and $5. 6, Rolex, 210, 210. 1, Vogue Blue Chip, 320. $2 exactor, 95.80. Try, 318.30. Dollar Super, 1390.90. 20-cent Super, 278.18. First race over a finish from the top, 378-642-51. That's 378-642-51 on the bottom. for the second on parade. 1, Whitmere Denny. Dale Spence for Mackenzie Spence. Number 2 is Calling Your Bluff. Daryl Thiessen for Joe Squires and Martin Kepfer. Number 3 is Nova Scotia Strong. Tyler Moore drives and trains for James Bagnall and Archie Hattie and Gord Rudolph. Number 4, Hestinator, Claymatter, brought me down over Carmen Osceola and Dinarbin Stables and Osceola Stables. And number 5, How You Play the Game, Eddie Hensley for Jody Cullen and David Snowden. And number 6, Smokin' Hot Dude, Damian McClellan for Ben Wallace and Terry Krovick. Field of 6, race number 2, Claymattered on the 4. Horses and geldings, a bottom level condition on the pace. Purse of 7,300. Let's look at number 5, How You Play the Game, and has been played down to 4 to 5 on the board right now. Did play better here last time out to finish third. Had been off form at Mohawk, then came in here and was third, and now drops a level and had a 27-4 final quarter last time out here. So How You Play the Game off that good last race. This is one dropping down that could be dangerous. You see this one was entered all the way back here at the middle of March in a non-winners of 6. Look, last year, 8 wins in 29 starts and a mark of 50-4. So you know that you play the game certainly should be able to play the best in here, 3 to 5. But number 4, Hestinator, Claim is in, and is one that was second in this class last race to Whitmere Roland Pop, was a really good one. Hestinator had been racing at Mohawk, then got away from there to try things here. You also do see a 52-4 mile in the second last start when racing at Mohawk. So Hestinator has some nice credentials, and with Claim in, all systems go. Brett McDonough coming off yellow. Hestinator 7-2 on the board. And then number 2, Calling Your Bluff, is also 7-2. Look, this is one that at times last year I thought really looked like a good horse, and then this year just hasn't really happened all that much. Did have a win here back March the 1st. Followed it up with a second in the non-winners of 6, so tougher class than this, but just hasn't worked out since then very well. Calling Your Bluff, though, I think there's some pretty nice wheels. I think Calling Your Bluff is a good horse that I'm calling as a contender at 7-2. And 1, Whitmere Denny, is one that did win 4 of 16 last year, and most recently blasted to the front at Mohawk with a 27, actually blasted off the gate 27-1, but only got away 5th. Whitmere Denny with the inside now. Maybe he'll use that gate speed. Decent overall mile last race. Finished 6th, beaten less than 5 in 53-4. Whitmere Denny maybe is one that can squeeze on to that superfecta ticket in this field of 6. But the one that jumps out, How You Play the Game, the 5 horse, 4 to 5. Fans know now in race 3 we also have a claim on 4, Hapuna Beach. So we have claims on Silver Beast and Hapuna Beach. Gate is rolling. for race number 2. Woodmere Denny calling your bluff on the inside. Nova Scotia Strong, Hastinator to the outside. How you play the game, and Smoking Hot Dude. It's a field of 6. It's the second dash. Field for the second race is at the start in the rough, and it is How You Play the Game who gets up with Woodmere Denny. Woodmere Denny on the inside now, grabbing the lead. Calling Your Bluff is second. Nova Scotia Strong is Hastinator racing third, and then positioned fourth is How You Play the Game. Nova Scotia Strong fifth away, and Smoking Hot Dude is sixth. Woodmere Denny has got the lead as they race on to the opening quarter. Woodmere Denny calling your bluff second. Hastinator third. And fourth is How You Play the Game. And then it is Nova Scotia Strong and Smoking Hot Dude, 27-2, the opening quarter. Woodmere Denny at 15-1 has the lead. Woodmere Denny calling your bluff, and Hastinator on the outside as they race off the turn. And then it is How You Play the Game, who's following Hastinator on the outside. Second over fourth, and that pair is advancing up into contention now. Woodmere Denny, Hastinator calling your bluff, and How You Play the Game. The top four, 56-3 the halftime. Then it is Nova Scotia Strong and Smoking Hot Dude, but it's still Woodmere Denny at 15-1 with a lead on into the backstretch to go. Hastinator getting closer. Woodmere Denny and Hastinator and calling your bluff, and How You Play the Game now is moving up and is playing third, and now it is Hastinator to take the lead. Hastinator and Woodmere Denny, and then it is How You Play the Game, who's about a length and a half from the front. Calling your bluff is racing fourth. Nova Scotia Strong, Smoking Hot Dude from the backfield is trying to smoke the field and is moving 125-3 the three-quarter time, and it is Hastinator. How You Play the Game. Smoking Hot Dude out 3 wide is taking over third. On down the stretch drive they come. Hastinator trying to hold off How You Play the Game. How You Play the Game is playing on the outside with a lead now. How You Play the Game is going to win it for Hurricane Hensley. Then Hastinator, Smoking Hot Dude, Nova Scotia Strong, 155-2. There's 5 How You Play the Game, the winning drive to Hurricane Eddie Hensley. He rocked him like a hurricane. How You Play the Game is a 6-year-old sports writer, Bay Gelding, owned by David Snowden, trained by Jody Cullen. First win on the year, 11th lifetime. How You Play the Game. The second race payouts: 5 How You Play the Game, $3.20, 210, 210, 4 Hastinator, $3, 210, 6 Smoking Hot Dude, $4.50, $2 exact, or $8, dollar try, $23.65, dollar super, $73.70, 20-cent super, $14.74, $2 double, $117.50. second race note claim for Hastinator. The new trainer, Marc-Andre Simoneau. That is the second race. We had a claim of for Hastinator, the new trainer, Marc-Andre Simoneau. And the second race order of finish from the top, 654213. That is 654213. Field for the third on parade. One Silver Beast claim entered. Isaac Waxman for Tess Waxman and Levi Kepfer. Number two Bettor's Victory. Scotty Gold for Evan Stevenson. Number three is Pick a Genre. Jason Ryan for Shane Barrington and Kayla Hendry. And Hayden Surratt, Janai Gallant. And for Zapuna Beach, Austin Saray for Joe Pereira. Number six, Vicious Aloysius, Nick Boyd for Michelle Olson. 5, Dusty Lane Morgandale Spence for Tom Chanot. And number 7 is Sports Sense, Brett McDonough for Mitchell Tierney. And Lynn Cameron and Robert Dion. And number 8 is Odds on Carmel, Daryl Thiessen for Gerard Demers and Mark LeMay. Let's get a look at this field for race number 3. We'll start with one Silver Beast, and comes in with 3 dominant wins. Has a claim entered, and Silver Beast, was with Tess Waxman for a couple of starts, and then Stuart McQueen last time out. And Silver Beast back with Tess Waxman for this start, but the claim is in. And Silver Beast, 10 wins since the 1st of January last year, and 10 in the last 28 starts. But 3 in a row coming in. Gate speed, inside post, likely to be heavily bet, and is right now 2-1. Of course, the logical contender is number 4, Hapuna Beach, I believe, although Pick a Genre is getting a lot of love. But Hapuna Beach is one that also looks 7 out of 14 in the top 2 on the year. Battled first up last race and finished a good third, beating a length and a quarter. Post 6 gets a little bit better post position than the last 2 starts, 6s and 7. Hapuna Beach, 3-1 on the board. Claim is in. I think could be dangerous in here. This has been a good one as well of late. And number 3, Pick a Genre, is getting quite a bit of love. Look, back-to-back wins in the bottom class. Then last race tried Mohawk. Well, that didn't work, so now comes back here. Pick a Genre just might pick it right back up where he left off and get another win. Has 4 wins on the year and 15 starts. Jason Ryan for Shane Barrington. Shane has a plus 300 training average. Pick a Genre, 5-2. Right now is the second choice. Slight second choice over Hapuna Beach, with Silver Beast the logical favorite. And one more. How about number 7, Sports Sense, if you like a longer one that is coming in with back-to-back wins, and one from post 8 here just 2 races ago, and battled first up in that race. And Sports Sense also last race was a winner as well, with a 3 wide move at 3/4. So yeah, Sports Sense post 7, but did overcome post 8 and is offering some value at 9-1. Maybe it makes some sense. And that's a look at the top 4 with Silver Beast right now, 9-5 the favorite. Gate is rolling. going for race number 3. Silver Beast, Better's Victory. Pick a genre on the inside. Puna Beach and Dusty Lane. Morgan to the outside. Vicious, Aloysius, Sports Sense, and Odds on Carmel. Field of 8, race number 3. Here they come. Field for the third is at the start of the rough, and Puna Beach on the outside getting out well is Odds on Carmel. Silver Beast is along to the inside as the field sprints their way around that first turn. Silver Beast using that post one advantage to take the lead. Odds on Carmel is racing second. Puna Beach third, then back to Better's Victory. Pick a genre went off stride. Now the next ones are Dusty Lane, Morgan, Vicious, Aloysius, and Sports Sense with Pick a genre trailing, and it is Silver Beast who's got the lead, 9-5 on the board. Silver Beast, Odds on Carmel. Puna Beach dropped down to be the 7-5 favorite and is tracking along from third. Then Better's Victory on the outside, Vicious, Aloysius on the inside, Dusty Lane, Morgan, and Sports Sense is second last, 27-3 opening quarter. Silver Beast at 9-5 leads as they come off the turn. Odds on Carmel at 22-1 is in the pocket, and Puna Beach now is up and challenging first over. Vicious Aloysius is moving up second over fourth right now. Fifth on the inside is Better's Victory. Outside sixth is Sports Sense, and seventh is Dusty Lane, Morgan. 57-2 halftime. Silver Beast and Puna Beach are going at it, but Silver Beast with the inside advantage right now holds a lead of a length as they race down the backstretch. Puna Beach outside second. Racing third is Odds on Carmel. And then it's a gap of about 3. Vicious Aloysius and Better's Victory. Sports Sense 3 wide from the backfield, and Dusty Lane, Morgan. Silver Beast continues on. 3/4, 125-1. Silver Beast has a lead of a length and 3/4 over Puna Beach. And on the inside, racing third, still Odds on Carmel. As the field turns for home, Silver Beast is still beastly. Puna Beach on the outside, on down the stretch drive for Silver Beast, Puna Beach, and Odds on Carmel. 3 across the track as they come to the finish. Silver Beast is digging in on the outside, Puna Beach. Silver Beast wins, Puna Beach second. Odds on Carmel and Sports Sense, 154-3. Coming back in front of us, the winner of race number 3. It's one Silver Beast, the winning drive to Isaac Waxman. Silver Beast is a 9-year-old better than Shedder gelding, owned by Levi Kepfer and Tess Waxman. Tess also the trainer. 5th win on the year, 26th lifetime for Silver Beast. The third race payouts: one Silver Beast, $593 to 80. Four Hapuna Beach, 270, 240. Eight Odds on Carmel, 750. $2 Exactor, 1510. Dollar Tribe, 92.50. Dollar Super, 480 to 80. 20-cent Super, 96.56. The third race claims one Silver Beast, the new trainer, Marc-Andre Simoneau, and four Hapuna Beach, the new trainer, Amanda Riley. The third race over a finish from the tops: 1582 6743. That's 1582 6743 on the bottom. for the fourth on parade one. Bruiser on Broadway. Steve Byron for Dale Hurden, Louis F. T. Mietis, and Antonio Tangretta. Number 2, D.A. Let's Boogie. Brett McDonough for Luke Blay and Determination. Number 3, I'm Poppy Hanover. Sammy Filia for Murray Brethren, the estate of Keith Clark, and Robert Jones. Number 4 is Puff's Last Shadow. Paul McKenzie for David Fry and Sarah Fry. 5 is Big Bad Jackson. Scotty Quilver, Ken Oliver. And number 6, Garrison, Eddie Hensley for Gary Kingshot. It's a field of 6, race number 4. Let's look at this field for the fourth race. Well, fans' pick of the night, but 2 to 5 is not much of a pick of the night. But nonetheless, D.A. Let's Boogie. Last time out here, 13 lengths back at the quarter, ended up beating a length and a quarter. D.A. Let's Boogie is a 3-year-old that might be sitting on a really good outing here now and making just the second start, third start of the year. Has had 2 starts. A start here April the 24th, made a couple of breaks and didn't have it together, but last time out, May the 8th, certainly had it together and did win in 55 and 2 at Grand River last year as a 2-year-old. Just had limited action, 5 starts last year, a win in a second. But D.A. Let's Boogie, $200,000 yearling purchase that's meant to be a good one, set up by Luke Blay, Brett McDonald driving, 1 to 5. Number 3 on Poppy Hanover. Well, is one that had 8 starts last year, did score a win in 54 and 1 at Mohawk, and he's had 2 qualifiers to get ready. The last qualifier came home in 28 and 1. So I'm Poppy Hanover is one that I think can be a solid player for the exactor ticket, 3 to 1. Sammy Filia for Murray Brether. Others, number 4, Puff's Last Shadow, is one that raced reasonably well here the last couple of starts and maybe could build off those fourths and pair of 4s and get into the top 3. Puff's Last Shadow, Paul McKenzie for David Fry, 8 to 1. And 5, Big Bad Jackson, well, hasn't been very big or very good the last few starts. In fact, 4 consecutive poor ones. Before that was good in the maiden class, but as soon as he got a hold of the nominators of 2, he just hasn't been able to get rolling. But I think Big Bad Jackson can at least beat the other 2 in here and get on to the bottom of the Superfecta ticket. Big Bad Jackson needs to be a little bigger here today. Scotty Quilver, Ken Oliver, 6 to 1. But number 2, D.A. Let's Boogie, the 1 to 5 favorite. Field of 6 for race number 4. Field for the 4th race is at the start of the rough, and I'm Poppy Hanover. Bruiser on Broadway, the first couple to leave out. Then Puff's Last Shadow, D.A. Let's Boogie, is currently just boogieing 4th, and then Big Bad Jackson and Gearson is trailing the field. I'm Poppy Hanover is going to pop out and get the lead. Bruiser on Broadway is second, then a gap of 3. Puff's Last Shadow, gap of a couple to I'm Poppy Hanover. Then it is back further to Big Bad Jackson and Gearson. It's I'm Poppy Hanover 7-2 right now, past that opening quarter in 28-2. Leading Longshot Bruiser on Broadway by a couple of lengths, and Puff's Last Shadow is third. D.A. Let's Boogie, the 1-9 favorite, is still tracking along in 4th right now, but is angled to the outside and is now going to come out and quickly try to move on up. And then it is back to Big Bad Jackson and Gearson. It is I'm Poppy Hanover, but D.A. Let's Boogie has boogied up to take over 3rd. Bruiser on Broadway still 2nd, though. D.A. Let's Boogie, 57-3 the halftime, is 3rd and about 3.5 or 4 from the front. Then Puff's Last Shadow, Big Bad Jackson and Gearson. I'm Poppy Hanover has a lot of pop on the lead. That lead is substantial right now. It's about 5 or 6 lengths. Bruiser on Broadway 2nd. D.A. Let's Boogie is still got a lot of boogieing to do as they race on by 3/4. And D.A. Let's Boogie, 3/4, 124-4, has come on to take over 2nd. But it is I'm Poppy Hanover continues to pop. I'm Poppy Hanover. D.A. Let's Boogie is closing hard, but is still about 5 back. I'm Poppy Hanover as they turn for home. D.A. Let's Boogie is chasing hard on down the stretch drive for I'm Poppy Hanover. I'm Poppy Hanover as they come to the finish. D.A. Let's Boogie closing, but is going to be beaten a length and 3/4. And then Puff's Last Shadow, Bruiser on Broadway. I'm Poppy Hanover, 153-3. There's a look at the winner of the 4th race 3. I'm Poppy Hanover. 3-year-old Poppy Rob Hanover Bay Colt, owned by the estate of Keith Clark and Robert Jones. The trainer is Murray Breather. The winning tribe to Sammy Fillion. I'm Poppy Hanover takes his season's debut, 2nd career win. Mile of 153-3. The fourth race payouts 3 on Poppy Hanover. 930, 230, 210. 2 DA Lead Spooky, 210, 210. 4 Puffs Last Shadow, 220. $2 Exactor, 1160. Dollar Try, 1075. Dollar Super, 37.15. And the Dollar Pick 3, 21.65. Fourth race, order of finish from the top. 4-2-1-3-6-5. That's 4-2-1-3-6-5 on the bottom. Field for race number 5 on parade. 1 written in stone. Dale Spence for Brenda Duncan and Dave Duncan. Number 2, Let's Time It On. Eddie Hensley for Jody Cullen and Paul Sanders. Number 3 is Wind Sun Phoenix. Steve Byron for Dale Hernan and Antonio Tangretta. For the Dark Panther, Jay Harris for Ken Duncan and Emma Duncan and Jen Lucier. 5 is Ace 44 Zeus. Austin Sorry for Mark Winnicott and Chompin' at the Bit Barn Grill. Number 6, Opulent Dragon, Jason Ryan for Mike Kwatniowski and Robert Jones. Number 7, No Partners, Scott Aquilary, Stephen Taylor and Brett Taylor. 8 is Maximus BG, Brett McDonough for Michael Patterson. 9 is Olaf Dulac, Sammy Filiover, Jacob Roberts, and Triple S Heckwein. Field of 9, race number 5. Well, let's get a look at this field for the 5th race, featuring the Super High 5, and we'll start with number 2. Let's tie one on. Let's tie one on. Eddie Hensley already has a win on the evening. And look, this is one now that makes a 3rd start of the year and did improve last race after May the 1st, not really doing much at all. And so now maybe Let's Tie One On is ready to go forward. And Let's Tie One On also gets to drop down in class. Look, this is one that last May was in a 40,000 claiming handicap. And then clearly something went wrong and was off for a year before that May 1st return this year. Let's Time It On, 3rd start back. Eddie Hensley for Jody Cullen, 1-2, getting a lot of love. Number 6, Opulent Dragon, is one that was good back in April at Mohawk with a couple of decent starts at 54 and 4 a mile. Last couple races here just managing the 6th place finish. But I think Opulent Dragon in this class, dropping a level, has enough overall speed. I think should be better. Jason Ryan for Mike Kwatniowski, 6-1. I think fits reasonably well in here. This is not a particularly snug group. 3, Wind Sun Phoenix. Well, the form is off, but drops from non-winners at 2. That could really help. This is one that only won one last year, but did have 16 top 3 finishes and 31 starts. Wind Sun Phoenix is capable of more than he's shown in the 5 starts this year. And now moving down to this bottom class, could maybe get this Phoenix to rise a bit. Steve Byron for Dale Hurd, 16-1. And number 9, Olaf Dulac. Well, the last race here, May the 1st, was definitely lacking. Finished 7th, but the one just before it was a decent 3rd. This is one that made $2,000 to start last year. So far this year, things have not been good for Olaf Dulac, but Sammy Filliot, Jacob Roberts from the Trailer Post, I think in this class could maybe step up and grab a share, 7-1. But all the money is on number 2. Let's tie one on at 1-9. Gate is rolling for the fifth. Written in stone. Let's time it on. Wind Sun Phoenix on the inside. The Dark Panther Ace 44, Zeus in the center. The outside Opulent Dragon, no partners in Maximus BG. And the second tier, Olaf Dulac. It's a field of 9. It's race number 5. Field for the fifth race. At the start in the rough, and Opulent Dragon, Let's Time It On, and no partners, Maximus BG, Winsun Phoenix, and the Dark Panther, written in stone. Field sprints around that first term, and right now with the lead is Opulent Dragon. No partners is racing second. Let's Time It On is third, then Winsun Phoenix fourth, and Maximus BG outside 5, written in stone is sixth, and back to the Dark Panther, racing second from last, Olaf Dulac, and trailing is Ace 44 Zeus. It's Opulent Dragon at 6-1, leading on past the quarter in 28-1. No partners at 13-1 is second. Heavily favored, Let's Time It On at 1-9, and the board is third. Winsun Phoenix is racing fourth, and then Maximus BG and written in stone. The Dark Panther to the outside. Olaf Dulac and Ace 44 Zeus, and they race off the turn. The field comes on towards us. Opulent Dragon and Jason Ryan with the front. No partner, Scotty Golder in the pocket, and Let's Tie One On. And Eddie Hensley on the inside third. Now the Dark Panther on the outside is moving and is going to get the cover of Let's Tie One On, who took out from third. And on the inside, Winsun Phoenix is about 4 off the lead. 58-3 halftime, and they work their way on into the backstretch. And it is Opulent Dragon. Let's Tie One On the outside, steadily progressing, is taking over second. No partners is third. Then the Dark Panther, Winsun Phoenix, and Maximus BG and Olaf Dulac, and written in stone. And Ace 44 Zeus. It's Let's Tie One On who's come on to take the lead now. 3/4, 127-3. Let's Tie It On leads it by a length. Opulent Dragon trying to fight back on the inside, and that lead is holding at about a length, and now it's just 3/4. Let's Tie It On as they turn for home. Then Opulent Dragon and no partners in fourth is the Dark Panther, and then it is Winsun Phoenix on down the stretch drive for Let's Tie It On, who's trying to put away Opulent Dragon, who's hanging tough, but Let's Tie One On is going to win by just a head. Then Opulent Dragon, and then it was on the inside. No partners finishing third, 157-1. There is Eddie Hensley, the driving double for Hurricane Eddie Hensley. Let's Tie One On. Trained by Jody Cullen, trained by Paul Sanders, and Travis Cullen shares in ownership with Paul Sanders. Jody Cullen, the trainer. Let's Tie It On, a 6-year-old Vertical Horizon bay gelding. Let's Tie It On, first win on the year, 19th lifetime. The fifth race, two Let's Time it on, 210, 210, 210. Six Opulent Dragon, 280, 210. Seven No Partners, $3. $2 Exactor, $4.90. Dollar Try, $10.55. 20-cent High Five, $91.55. 20-cent Pick Five, $250.43. The fifth race, so we're finished from the top, 518-462-379. That's 518-462-379 at the bottom. Well, fans, don't forget, coming up this Sunday, the Charles Juravinski Memorial Cup. There's a look at the post, Ron. Some interesting ones are in the final. Calico Jack Hanover was really, really sharp. And Captain Fearnot was the winner of the other division. Also, I do like Howlin' the Hills from post position 5. It's a really good group and a full field for the Charles Juravinski Memorial Cup coming up this Sunday with the first dash, 6:55 p.m. Field on post parade for the sixth one. Snow Port Austin, sorry for Ashley Lenvoy and Gino Toscani. Number two is Papa Joe, Jay Harris for Nick Stewart and Herman Bardolin, Wendy Warren, Timpano. And number three is Joie de Rêve. It's Daryl Thiessen for Gerard Demers and Rosaire Renault. And four is Three Times the Charm, Dale Spence for Louis F. Timietis. Five is Happy Play, Rob Jenkins Jr. drives and trains for Jack Darling Stables. Number six is Wickety Split, Scotty Colder, Sean, Stacy, and Nickway Farms. And number seven is Happy in Control, Sammy Filia for Murray Breather and Dean Lockhart and Wayne Carlton. Eight is Mankota, Brett McDonough for Ron McDonald and Brett McLennan and Shengo. And nine is Royal Sports, Steve Houdon for Phil Houdon and Jen Lucia and Bruno Dinamaid. Field of nine for race number six. Let's look at this field. And, well, there is one Snowport. Gray leaving from the inside that, just hasn't been enjoying his time at Mohawk. This is one that's had 9 career starts without a win, but you do see 3 top threes. And look, getting away from Mohawk, the inside post position could really help. This one does show some gate speed before that last race from post 10. Look, at also one thing to note in the last 4 starts, during that span, 2 9s and a 10. That didn't help things at all. Now gets the inside at 8-5. Austin Sorry for Ashley Lenvoy. Others, number 2, Papa Joe, is one that had post 8 and popped out to get a pocket ride last race and finished second. Papa Joe, Jay Harris and Nick Stewart, definitely one that has a good shot to win in here. This is the 4th start of the year. Look, this is one that's had 4 starts overall in his career and already has a win, a second, and a third. So Papa Joe is one that definitely could pop up and win here. In fact, the only race that wasn't a top 3 made a break at London, January the 28th of this year. Papa Joe, now 9-5, strong second choice. Number 7, Happy in Control, also gets away from Mohawk. Back-to-back 8th place finishes. One thing to note, though, 27-4 final quarter last time out. In fact, a 55-4 back half, so was kicking home in the back half, and maybe Happy in Control can bring that forward here and be a top 3 factor. Happy in Control is 9-1. Sammy Filia for Murray Breather. And number 5, Happy Play, hasn't played for a while. September 27th at Mohawk. One that just has 1 top 3 finish in 5 starts. Had 5 starts as a 2-year-old. He's had a couple of qualifiers to get ready. Made a break in the first one. A little smoother last time out. One thing to note, though, last August did pace in 53 in a grassroots at Mohawk. So there is some ability there. How you play. And Rob Jenkins Jr. driving and training this one for Jack Darling Stables. Happy Play is 10-1. field for the sixth race. Taking up their positions, a field of nine. Time to buckle up for race number 6. Snowport, Papa Joe, and Joie on the inside. 3 times the charm and Happy Play in the center. The outside, Wickety Split, Happy in Control, and Mankota. Second tier, Royal Sport. And the field for the sixth race is at the start in the rough, and Snowport shovels out quickly from the inside. 3 times the charm, and Royal Sport from the trailer post is going to fill the pocket. And off stride went Papa Joe. Now third is Wada Reeve, and fourth is 3 times the charm. Then Papa Joe recovers fifth, and sixth is Happy Play. And then it is Wickety Split and Happy in Control of Mankota. Snowport Austin Sorry has the lead, 2-5 favorite in front of Royal Sport, who got out nicely from the trailer post. And Wada Rev is racing third, 3 times the charm. He is fourth right now. Then fifth is Papa Joe. Then it is back to Happy Play, Wickety Split, Happy in Control of Mankota. And they work on around the turn. Snowport 2-5 leads the way. Snowport advantage a couple of lengths over Royal Sport, and Wada Rev and 3 times the charm now comes to the outside. Now thinks better of it and moves back in. Then Papa Joe on the inside. Happy in Control is up and driving and bringing Wickety Split along. And then it is Happy Play and Mankota. And they race past the half and into the backstretch. Snowport leads right now by a couple of lengths. Snowport, Royal Sport, and Wada Rev on the outside. Happy in Control, fourth, and Wickety Split. Now is going to move out 3 wide and is coming quickly now. And it is Wickety Split who's going to move up now and surge up to take over second. Is bearing down on Snowport and blows right on by. And Wickety Split now leads by a couple of lengths, and Happy in Control from the backfield is charging. Wickety Split, Happy in Control, Snowport, and then it is Joie de Reeve, and Royal Sport now reclaims fourth, and on the outside fifth is Happy Play. But on down this stretch drive, Wickety Split closing, Happy in Control, but Wickety Split sharp to the finish. Wickety Split is going to hold on and win. Closing was Happy in Control. Snowport held around for third, then Happy Play. Back in front of the winner of race number 6, it's number 6, Wickety Split. Scotty Coulter with the winning drive. Wickety Split, 3-year-old Mick Wicked Bay Gelding, owned by Nick Way Farms, trained by Sean Stacy. First win for Wickety Split. The sixth race payouts. Number 6, Wickety Split. 40, 50, 11, 20, and $5. 7, Happy in Control. 610, 371, Snowport. 220. $2 exactor, 224.50. Dollar try, 557.75. 20-cent super, 1400, 14.97. 20-cent pick four, 461.93. Fans note in race 7, a claim entered on number 6, Giggity. Race 7, claim entered number 6. The sixth race saw her finish from the top down, 378. 941,265. That's 378. 941,265 on the bottom. For the seventh on parade, one, Bugsy McGuire, Austin Sorry for Rachel Andrew. Number two is Anavant, Paul McKenzie for Luke Bland, Determination, Iggy Corbeil. And number three is Double Down, Duke Scott Calder for Stephen Taylor and Brett Taylor. And four, Bregas, Steve Houdon for Ken Oliver and Milton Young. Five, Woodmere Rollin' Pop, Eddie Hensley for Gary Murner and Andrea Leon. Number seven, Delightful Leader, Daryl Thiessen for Melissa Lemeru and Jeffrey Boyd. Number six, Giggity Giggity Giggity, Nick Boyd for Rennie Dion and RAW Equine and SNR Racing. 8 is O'Hare Hanover Mark McDonnell for Walter Whalen. And 9 is Keystone Dakota Jason Ryan for Joe Squires and Martin Kepfer. Claim on the 6, full field of 9, race number 7 going to post shortly. Let's get a look at this field, and well, I want to start with Woodmere Rollin' Pop. Now, he is moving up in class, but last time dropped to the bottom level and had post 8, and well, post 8 did not prevent Woodmere Rollin' Pop from popping. Won by 2 1/4 lengths for a 4th win on the year. Had 10 wins last year. Woodmere Rollin' Pop's a nice, classy veteran that I think can really build off that last race. Sent up a Gary Murner who's got some big numbers this year. Eddie Hensley already has a couple of wins on the evening. I think Woodmere Rollin' Pop at 5-2. I like that price. I had a hard time deciding between the 2 and the 5, but Woodmere Rollin' Pop, very impressive last start. Number 2, Anavon, 4-5 on the board. Paul McKenzie for Luke Blay. Also one that had post 8 last race, and is one that was second beaten in neck. Made a big move in the middle stages of the race to get up into contention. Anavant now a better post position. He's had 7 starts this year, though. Only 1 win. Was a 5-time winner in just 8 starts last year. Anavant is a veteran that has a lot of back class, but has been lightly raced the past couple of years. Anavant and Paul McKenzie for Luke Blay. 1-2, getting all the love. 1, Bugs McGuire. Well, the last couple races, they just weren't good. But I think post position 1 could really get Bugsy McGuire fired up. And Bugsy McGuire is likely to blast off the gate. And I think has a chance to be much more of a factor today. And also second start after missing some time due to sickness. I would not be surprised if Bugsy McGuire raced very well here. Austin Sorry for Rachel Andrew. Bugsy McGuire is currently on the board at 6-1. And number 9, Keystone Dakota. Well, won 7 times last year, made almost $2,000 to start last year. One that was just 5th last time out, but Keystone Dakota, Jason Ryan might be able to get a trip behind Bugsy McGuire or Anavon, but it'll all be dependent on Jason's plan with Keystone Dakota. This is also one that beat a lesser class here 2 races ago, and I thought overall last race was reasonably good. Keystone Dakota and Jason Ryan for Joe Squires, I think can get on to the Superfecta ticket at a bit of a price, 13-1. field for the seventh race, turning into the stretch drive. There at the start of the rough, and Whitmere rolling. Pop comes rolling out with a Giggity. On the inside, Bugsy McGuire into the outside, O'Hare Hanover. As the field sprints on into the turn, and it is Whitmere rolling. Pop, Bugsy McGuire, and then Giggity is on the outside, and Keystone Dakota is racing position third right now. Gady gets to the pylons, racing fourth. O'Hare Hanover, Enavant is sixth away. Then it is back further to Double Down, Duke and Brigus, and trailing is Delightful Leader. Whitmere Rollin' Pop has the lead as they race on past that opening quarter, and the advantage is just a length and a half. Bugs McGuire is filling the pocket on the back of Whitmere Rollin' Pop, and Keystone Dakota is third. Then Giggity's racing position fourth, and Enavant now is starting to roll on the outside, and then it is back to O'Hare Hanover as they come off the turn and work on towards us. And then for the back is Double Down Duke. Racing second last is Brigus, and trailing Delightful Leader. And they race on past the half, and on into the backstretch they go. Woodmere Rollin' Pop, Bugsy McGuire, and Avant on the outside is now coming, and it's only about two off the lead in closing ground rapidly. Woodmere Rollin' Pop, and Avant is now up to challenge Woodmere Rollin' Pop. Woodmere Rollin' Pop by a length over Enavant, now three quarters, now half a length, and on the inside third is Bugsy McGuire, racing for this Keystone Dakota. Then Giggity is racing position fifth, and O'Hare Hanover is sixth. It is still Woodmere Rollin' Pop over the 1 to 5 Enavant, and they race their way to the top of the stretch. Woodmere Rollin' Pop is trying to hold off Enavant, who's challenging to the outside, but Woodmere Rollin' Pop has lots of pop left. Woodmere Rollin' Pop, it keeps on popping to the finish and takes it over Enavant. Bugs McGuire third, Keystone Dakota fourth. Coming back in front of us, the winner of race number 7, 5 Woodmere Rollin' Pop. It's the driving hat trick for Eddie Hurricane Hensley. He rocked him like a hurricane 3 times. Woodmere Rollin' Pop, 8-year-old Roll With It Harry Bay gelding by Andrea Leon. Gary Murner is the trainer. 5th win of the year. 39th lifetime for Woodmere Rollin' Pop. The 7th race. Payouts 5 Woodmere Rollin' Pop, $6, 210, 210. 2 Enavant, 210, 210. 1 Bugs McGuire, $2.50. $2 exactor, $9. Dollar try, $10.50. Dollar super, $43.30. 20-cent super, $8.66. Men's no claim out of the seventh race. Number 6, Giggity, the new trainer, Mandy Archer. The seventh race order of finish from the top 326 815 974. That's 326 815 974 on the bottom. Field for the 8th race on parade. 1 is Bottle Rocket. Mike Whalen for Walter Whalen and Chris Nickel. Number 2, Brookdale Mikey. Daryl Thiessen for Gerard Demers. And number 3, You're the One, Eddie Hensley for Jody Cullen and Ron Cullen. And Travis Cullen. 5, Captain Butler, Sammy Filia for Mary Ratchford. There's 4, Reactor Now, Jason Wright for Greg McNair and Bradley Grant. And 6, Stone Carver, Austin Surrey for Anthony Beaton and Robert Bridges. Field of 6, race number 8. Let's get a look at this field and start with number 3, You're the One. It's kind of fallen off a little bit in the last couple races, but look, You're the One overall. 18 wins since the 1st of January last year. Races out of a power barn, that of Jody Cullen and Hurricane Hensley. Well, he's been storming tonight. Looks for a 4th win on the evening. And You're the One has gate speed, post 3. Did give it up late last time out, but I still think that You're the One is the one that you got to think is the one in here. Now, even money might get you going fishing elsewhere because You're the One has been a little bit vulnerable the last couple of starts. And You're the One now is at 6-5. Number 2, Brookdale Mickey, Daryl Thiessen for Gerard Demers, and, well, gets away from Mohawk. And is one that just might come in here and be sharp. Now, look, 0 for 35 on the win column last year. Has a couple of wins this year, but is sent up by Gerard Demers. Gerard's put up some solid numbers this year. Daryl Thiessen driving. And Daryl's got close to a 300 driving average. Brookdale Mickey needs to flash a little gate speed, though, to take advantage of post 2. Hasn't been getting off the gate all that well. Brookdale Mickey and Daryl Thiessen is the second choice at 2-1. Does show 51-4 last time out at Mohawk and came home in 27. So Brookdale Mickey, I think, is the logical one if you're going to go against the favorite. Others, number 6, Stone Carver. Well, sent up by Anthony Beaton. This is one that made 73,000 in 31 starts last year. Took a mark of 49-1. So, you know, there's some wheels. And Stone Carver, last time out, really didn't do much. But maybe Stone Carver can be much sharper here. 5-2, Austin Sorry driving. And number 4, Reactor Now. Well, Reactor Now is one that has a bit of backlash and is sent up by Greg McNair. Reactor Now is a 10-year-old that, well, will try things away from Mohawk now. The last few races there haven't gone well, so Reactor Now, just the 5th start of the year. This is one that did win 5 times last year and has a career mark of 50-2. Did win in 51-1 last year at Mohawk. Reactor Now is 12-1. Fans are split between You're the One and Brookdale Mickey. They're both at 9-5 right now, co-favorites. Gate is rolling. Bottle Rocket, Brookdale Mickey on the inside. In the center, You're the One, Reactor Now. And to the outside, Captain Butler, Stone Carver. Field of 6, race number 8. And the field for race number 8 is in the stretch, gathering speed approaching the start. And they're at the start in the rough. And You're the One. Reactor now, the first couple to drive out. Stone Carver, Bottle Rocket, Brookdale Mickey, and Captain Butler is trailing the field. You're the One has position 1 right now. Reactor now fills the pocket. Bottle Rocket is racing third. Then it is Stone Carver, Brookdale Mickey, and Captain Butler is trailing the field. 6 in a line as they roll on to the opening quarter. You're the One racing on past that quarter. Advantage is a length and a half over Reactor now. 28 opening quarter. Bottle Rocket is third. Stone Carver fourth, and Brookdale Mickey. And then it is back to Captain Butler. You're the One leading on around the turn. The advantage of a Reactor now is a couple of lengths. On the inside, third, Bottle Rocket. Now Stone Carver comes to the outside, and Stone Carver works in front of Brookdale Mickey, and trailing the field is Captain Butler. You're the One off a 28 opening quarter. Leads on past the half in 57, and it is You're the One. Stone Carver on the outside is moving up a little bit closer, and now is trying to take second from Reactor now, and then it is Brookdale Mickey and Bottle Rocket sharing fourth, and trailing is Captain Butler. And they head on to 3/4. It is You're the One. Stone Carver on the outside now has second. Is a length and a half back. Inside third is Reactor now. Brookdale Mickey's getting a little closer and is racing for the Bottle Rocket fifth of the inside. And Captain Butler is 6/3, 125 and 3. You're the One is still charging on the lead for Eddie Hensley. Lead is a length and a quarter, getting submerging though now. Stone Carver trying to carve into the lead. Reactor now is looking up the passing lane. You're the One. Reactor now up the inside. You're the One. Stone Carver on the outside. You're the One is the one. Second is close between Stone Carver and Reactor now. And fourth is Brookdale Mickey. 154 flat. Coming back in front of us, the winner of race number 8. It's number 3, You're the One. 4 wins on the evening for Hurricane Eddie Hensley. Hey, rocked him like a hurricane 4 times. You're the One. 7-year-old Shanghai Phil. Brown gelding about Ron and Jody and Travis Cullen. Jody Cullen, the trainer. 5th win of the year. 39th lifetime for You're the One. Eighth race payouts, number 3, You're the One. 410, 290, 210, 4 Reactor down, 720 and $4, and 6 Stone Carver, 230. $2 exactor, 33.10. Dollar try, 84.50. Dollar superfecta, dollar superfecta, 176.10. 20-cent super, 35.22. The eighth race order finish from the top. In program order 541263. That's 541263. For the ninth on parade, one Bolt Power, Austin Sorry for Mark Goddard and Brenda Darrable. Number 2 is Perfect Smiley, Paul McKenzie for Peter Christie. And number 3, That Moment in Life, Sammy Filia for Danny Menga and Claude Prulot. Number 4 is Holy Jalapeno, Eddie Hensley for Ken Skinner. 5 is Counter Offer, Mike Whalen for Walter Whalen. And number 6, Millennium Sealster, Scooter Gimlet for Emma Christoforou. 7, scratched 8, His Beat Sandover, Daryl Cheeson for Joe Squires and Martin Kepfer. It's a field of 7 for race number 9. Let's get a look at this field for the final dash. And we'll start with one Bolt Power on the inside. It's 7-2 as the money has come to Counter Offer. But Bolt Power, now look at the recent form isn't great, but Bolt Power gets to drop down further in class. And, well, this is one that did race well here at the end of March, early April, and was a decent earner last year. I just think Bolt Power fits in here well. And I've seen this one race well enough in the past, especially I think can get to the front and be a different horse on the inside with Austin Sorry blasting this one out. I think Bolt Power, this is a good spot for Bolt Power. 7-2. 5, Counter Offer, one that has a couple of wins on the year, was 0 for 20 at the win column last year, but has 2 wins this year, and did finish third last time out. Dropped down last time out, and then now drops further in class to this one, beaten a length and a half in 55-1. Counter Offer, Mike Whalen for Walter Whalen, 2-5 on the board, getting all the love. Others to look at in here. Number 3, That Moment in Life. Well, third at 3 Rivers last time out, and now ships in here. And That Moment in Life. This will be the second start for Danny Mengai with That Moment in Life. And is one that could be okay in here. Compares enough in terms of overall ability. Made more than $1,000 to start last year. That Moment in Life, Sammy Filia to drive. And he's 9-2. And one more is number 4, Holy Jalapeno, Eddie Hensley. Well, the recent form isn't great on Holy Jalapeno, but you get a hot Eddie Hensley storming around this track. He's already got 4 wins on the evening. Holy Jalapeno, Holy Jalapeno is going to be my pick to get onto the top board, onto the top 4 at 5-1. field for the ninth race. Bold Power, Perfect Smiley on the inside with that moment in life in the center. Holy Jalapeno and Counter Offer to the outside. Millennium Sealster and His Beats Hanover. Field is into the stretch drive, nearing the start. And the rough, Holy Jalapeno. That moment in life. Bold Power, Perfect Smiley on the inside. The field sprints on into the first turn. Bold Power uses that inside advantage to bolt right out and get the lead. That moment in life. Perfect Smiley. Holy Jalapeno is now looking for a hole and finds it on the inside, racing fourth, and then Counter Offer. Millennium Sealster and His Beats Hanover. Bold Power at 3-1. Has the lead as they roll past that opening quarter. That moment in life is racing position to second at 14-1, and Perfect Smiley third, 29 second opening quarter. Holy Jalapeno is fourth in front of Counter Offer. Millennium Sealster, His Beats Hanover. Bold Power 3-1 leads the charge off the turn as they roll on towards us, and that moment in life is a length and a half back, and Perfect Smiley third. Now Holy Jalapeno is moving up and is taking over third, is coming quickly. Counter Offer follows Holy Jalapeno, and on the inside Perfect Smiley is about 4 off the lead, 58-4 halftime. Second from last, Millennium Sealster and His Beats Hanover hasn't beaten any right now. Into the backstretch for Bold Power, who leads by about a length and a half. That moment in life is racing second. Perfect Smiley third. Holy Jalapeno sharing third now. And Counter Offer is racing fifth. 3/4, 127-1. And Bold Power leads by a length and a half. Bold Power, that moment in life. And now Counter Offer is closing some ground on the outside. And Perfect Smiley is racing fourth in the field. Turns for home. Bold Power on down the stretch drive they come. That moment in life is out and trying to collar Bold Power, but Bold Power is charged up all the way to the finish. That moment in life was second. Then Counter Offer, Perfect Smiley won 55-3. Coming back in front of us, the winner of race 9, it's one Bold Power. Austin Sorry with the winning drive. Bold Power is a 7-year-old Bolt the Door, Bay Gelding, owned by Brenda Darrable. Mark Goddard is the trainer. Second win of the year, 18th lifetime for Bold Power. Ninth race payouts, one Bolt Power, $8.80, $5 210. Three, that moment in life, $6.80, $250. Five, Counter Offer, $210. $2 exactor, $53.70. Dollar try, $53.50. 20-cent high five, $105.99. $2 double, $25.50. Dollar pick three is $22.80. And we had a 20-cent pick four, 271.02. The ninth race order finished in the top 142 536 scratch 7. That's once again from the top down 142 536 scratch 7. That does conclude our live harness racing program for this Thursday evening. Action resumes on Saturday at 6:35 p.m. And also, note coming up on Sunday, it is the Charles Juravinski Memorial Cup. That is the 10th race on Sunday evening. The first dash on Sunday, 6:55 p.m. A great race, race number 10, the Charles Juravinski Memorial Cup. Good night, everybody. Good night, Shannon.